3 Watches, Proof and Evidences 13. Quote, "A stone was cut out without hands. It shall smite the image, it shall break in pieces, and consume all these kingdoms." End of quote. As one studies the marvelous work in prophecy, it becomes obvious that it's during the marvelous work that the stone that Daniel speaks about rolls forth to consume the worldly kingdoms of Babylon. For this reason, it's not surprising that it's often taught by well-meaning LDS members that the stone began rolling forth in 1830 when the Church of Christ was restored to the earth. However, a close analysis of Daniel 9 reveals that even though the kingdom was set up on the earth during the LDS foundation movement, it does not roll forth crushing the worldly kingdoms of the earth until a later time. In fact, the first thing the kingdom of God does before it begins rolling forth is to, quote, "smite the image upon the feet," end of quote, and break them in pieces, end of quote. Obviously, the kingdom of God did not smite the image on the feet and go forth breaking the kingdoms of the world in pieces back in the 1830s. Indeed, the kingdom of the world have continued to grow and become bigger and even more evil during the last 180 years. See also section 103, verses 6 through 8. Apparently, the prophet Joseph Smith agreed with the account contained in Daniel chapter 9. Many years after the restoration of the church in 1830, after the saints gathered in Nauvoo, he made the following statement, quote, "I calculate to be one of the ones to bring forth the kingdom that Daniel saw," end of quote. That's in History of the Church, Volume 6. As you can see, when Joseph got to Nauvoo, he clearly viewed the coming forth of the kingdom of God in power as a future event. Many of the other leaders of the church have agreed with Joseph Smith and taught that the stone would not begin rolling forth in power until a future time. These leaders include Brigham Young, John Taylor, and Orson Pratt. And there's all the references there. Clearly, the prophecy about the stone rolling forth in Daniel 9, the testimony of Joseph Smith, and many of his associates provide yet another witness that the marvelous work and a wonder in the rolling forth of the kingdom of God are a distinct and future event from the foundation movement in which the reestablishment of the New Testament church took place in 1830.